Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching this video. It's a little late in the day, in the morning actually, and yeah, I'm just doing a quick video here. First, for just to talk about the Bitcoin breakout and where we're going from here. I mean, everybody, I'm sure, has been looking at the price every single day here that's watching these YouTube videos on Bitcoin. I'm sure you've noticed. Hey, wait a second, Bitcoin is gone higher, right? And yeah, I turned bullish once I saw how. Oops, I wonder what's going on. Why is my screen not showing up? Okay, well, let's see here. I'm gonna have to fix that. I can't believe it. You know what? What happened was, I my monitor got disconnected, and now I'm screwed. Darn. Oh darn. Here, let me just remove this. I thought this was already working, but here, you know what? That's what happened when you go live, right? Things don't work out the way you had it planned. I'm going to add the video, no, window scrap, no, screen display capture. There it is. There it is. Okay, and we're gonna capture this screen here. There we go. And yeah, bring this up to the front. Detached. Blah 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 blah. Come on, come on, come on. Oh well, stuff happens. Bring to front. Come on. Add. Come on. Where is it? Transform. Okay. Well, I'll deal with it later. Can't seem to find where to bring this thing to my picture to the front here. Set color. Remove. Transform. Order. Move up. Move down. Move up. There we go. No. Oh my God. Move to the top. There we go. God damn it. Okay, now, as we see here, Bitcoin is has broken over this level here, which is the $7,870 level, and it's broken out into unknown territory. I think we are definitely going to go bullish here from here. I don't like, well, not definitely, but you know what? I think we could still come back and test on the 4 hour here, the 13 EMA. But wow, this is, I would prefer this on more volume though. It's kind of strange. I expected this thing to be rejected, because this breakout was on like no volume at all, nothing. So I'm quite surprised that we were able to get into this area here and see what Bitcoin can do. I wouldn't be surprised if this rolls over, and then we get a little bit of a scare and comes back into the point of control. Kind of scary if it does. That means it's got to probably come back all the way down here, and test the 7,000 area once again. Nobody wants to see that happening, of course. We're all moon boys here, so we want to see Bitcoin in the moon trajectory. But the good news is, remember, we were looking at a turnaround, right? As I was talking about in with Crypto, with Chris, we saw. Let me just bring up. Let's see here, a daily chart. Daily, right? We saw that there was AB equals CD, which completed nicely. I think that's where it was. Let me just bring it back up again. Let me clone this. Clone. So we could see where that AB equals CD is. Oops. There we go. Come on. Why can't I touch it? Come. What? That's weird. I can't seem to grab the. Oh crap! Can't seem to grab this. Well, that sucks. That's weird. Auto scale, lock chart, lock scale. That's weird. All right. Well, I'm just gonna have to do it on Trading View. Go to daily. Right, and try it here. Yes. Are you going to work? Please. Let's see here. Where is the magnet? Right there. That's the next. Let me get rid of some of these colorings here so that this is not so, like, for all the people who have like who can't handle all the
People say it
different.
may be locked.
Sorry.
People is saying that it may be locked.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have been, right? It shouldn't have been locked. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. I must have accidentally hit the lock button. I don't see how, but whatever. Anyways, right? That was. There you go. That was a trade location right here. This location, and then of course we're in a larger trade location with the 61.8 coming down here. And we can see that with this AB equals C completing, we could see that this is a turnaround zone for Bitcoin. So now, if this is a turnaround zone, what we can now look for is a new AB equals CD pattern going in the opposite direction. Clone. And there we go. Ooh, look at that. Look at that, right into the point of control, the last point of control. So we have probably a little bit more room to go up here and into the point of control, where Bitcoin, so we could get all the way up to the 8,200 level, and then decide from there whether we want to go higher or go lower. I think definitely, well, not definitely, because you know what, nothing's definite in this game here. But I really think that Bitcoin, once it breaks above the 13 EMA, we might come back and test the 13 EMA, but I think we'll probably be in the moon boy territories for Bitcoin going forward from here on out. Might not be exactly straight up like into the stratosphere like we all want it to be, but we'll definitely be moving in the right direction. And we could probably say that 6,400 was the bottom of this year 2020. Isn't that great? Wow, that'd be awesome if we could say that.
What a beginning of a year.
Let's just wait and see if what that happens. When Davinci Fund. Well, Marcus Meyer said when Davinci Fund in the chat group, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think we're gonna do it. Well, you know what? I am doing one. It's just not for a while yet. I'm just testing it out with just friends and family. Not going to make it public for anyone. So we will be doing one in the future, but I don't know when exactly, so I can't tell you. Other than, yeah, that's a plan. Alrighty, so let's go on to the questions and answers. You guys have any questions about today's price action first? Let's talk about that. Anybody have questions about today's price action? How is it? How's it going? What do you think about the price? Do you have any questions at all? What do you think about, is there a trade that you guys want to do? Do you want to look for a trade? Right now, of course, I don't trade when breakouts. I let the market come to me, so I've got nothing to trade in a sense, unless it's a scalp trade, because that's the only thing that I can do when markets are already breaking out. And I don't suggest any of you guys do that because it can go very wrong very fast when you're doing scalp trades on a short-term time frame. All right, so what are the questions, Inti, for today?
Okay, so we have a Macadamian 11 that asks, what are the economic factors that affect Bitcoin valuations?
The economic factors there's a lot, of course. One is public belief in the system, personal belief. Everybody will come to their own conclusions at their own time, in their own way. Most people will come to the conclusion that Bitcoin's working when price is skyrocketing, and because price is a signal, right? Price is a signal to the average person that, hey, I don't know something, right? When it comes to Bitcoin and what it is, we just right now people think, okay, well, it's some sort of like digital currency that kids are playing with or something like that, or you know what, it's a new currency that that for drug dealers and stuff like that. They might have some sort of perspective that that feels that Bitcoin is not something they want to get into, but it, they know they have a general idea of what it's for, and only when price tells them, generally the most people, that this is actually working, will they actually go and buy. And that's unfortunate, but that's how the market works. That's how people are, because people are a herd mentality. So basically, a price is an emotional thing for the most part, and it's this emotion, because we're all emotional animals, right? Causes these huge price fluctuations in Bitcoin. So really, where should it be if we were to take emotions out of the picture? I don't know. I'd be pulling the numbers out of my hat, and I'm going to. That all depends. That all depends on a lot of. That depend. Like, I mean, come on. Let's just assume everyone had no emotions, and we'd just go, okay, we're just going to use what's best, and well, Bitcoin's what's best, and but we need better systems for it to work, right? So we can't all use it at the same time. So only people who are knowledgeable should use it first, and then wait for everybody else for it to make it better, and then everybody will use it. And so the real valuation is to $10 million per coin. I mean, come on. That's some sort of fantasy land. No one's going to be like that. Not everyone's going to be like that. So we don't have any kind of real metric, because of human emotions, to say what the price should be. The price will be what people feel it should be, and that's just what you have to accept. You can't see any other way of determining the price, and technical analysis is just based on probabilities where we're going to go. All right, next question.
Okay, this is from Free Spirit 2016 and asks, I'm in for the long term. Should I buy now or hold off for now?
Well, as I always say, dollar cost average, because we don't know what the future is. You should have been dollar cost averaging from the very beginning. If you've been watching my show, if you've been watching me, you should have been dollar cost averaging a long, long time ago. I don't know why you haven't been doing that right now and asking me the question right now whether you should be buying. You should have been dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. It's boring. It's slow. It's not exciting. But over time, it will pay off, and you should get one of these ledger. If you're going to be dollar cost averaging, you need to get one of these ledgers wallets, basically, and save your Bitcoins on that. If you're just buying Bitcoins, and ledger's perfect. I wouldn't suggest it for a whole bunch of other altcoins and stuff like that, unless you're just a specific altcoin. It's not designed well for that. If you want to do multiple, if you want to do a hodl of multiple altcoins, I think the LEPAL unit is probably the best system for that. This unit is the best one for that, so I would suggest you use that if you're hodling a multitude of altcoins. And hodling, I don't agree with hodling, because hodling doesn't make as much money as the little old lady style of trading. But if you're interested in any of those products, You'll find a link in the description below with some links on how to purchase those things, and you'll help out the channel if you purchase through those links. So yeah, I really appreciate that. Yeah. So next question.
Okay, so Adri-san asks, how can the price pump so much without volume? Is a whale preparing to dump everyone?
I don't think it pumped a whole lot. I mean, it's like a couple of percent, and yeah, we could have a whale try to sell into us very easily at this point because there's just no volume. I would have expected the volume should have came from bears selling into the market, and they just didn't show up. And because they didn't show up, that could also mean there's a huge pump coming to the upside, right? If buyers are like, oh, I want to buy, and there's no bears to sell to me, what are they gonna do? They're gonna panic buy into the stratosphere. So yeah, we could see like a huge move upwards up to the $10,000 level, really quickly. So don't be surprised if that happens in the next little while. So yeah, that'd be exciting now to watch, isn't it? Next question.
Hawad Ayad asks, will we ever return to all-time high prices?
Okay. Back when price was at what $2, $3, $4, $7, people ask me the same question: will we ever see all-time highs of $32 again? We've been waiting so long. It's been like 2 years. Oh my God. What am I gonna do? Let's compare that to the Nasdaq. Shall we, or some sort of like other asset out there? I don't know. Let's do that with gold, right? Let's do that with gold, right? All right. I'm gonna show you gold, right? I'm gonna show you the monthly on gold because when was the last time before it went to the all-time high before the $1,900 level? Here, let me just bring that up. When was the last? Let's just go to the last all-time high. It was right here. It was right here. At the last all-time high was $1,900, right? What date was that? That was September 11th, right? And in that time, Bitcoin had created not one, not two, not three, but four new all-time highs in that time, and yet gold has not seen an all-time high since over the last 10 years. And you're like asking me the question: will we see an all-time high in Bitcoin, right, anytime soon? I mean, I could say that there's going to be an all-time high in gold. That's a no-brainer, right? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Period. It's gonna take a while. But with Bitcoin, because of its 4-year halving, right, it won't take that long. It'll take on an average of like 3 to 4 years, right? So yeah, we're going to get to an all-time high on Bitcoin once again, and it's going to be a spectacular. You're going to see all kinds of people coming in on the price like crazy, and you're going to be it's going to be like another 2017 all over again. When that's going to happen, it could be a little bit longer than last time, but it's going to happen, right? You just have to, and you have to be happy. You should be happy if it takes longer, because then you could dollar cost in averaging, buying all the time, waiting for that all-time high, and then once it gets up there, then you can start thinking about dollar cost averaging out of Bitcoin. So we're gonna get there. Don't worry. Just be patient and dollar cost average. Buy every week and forget about it. You don't need to watch these shows. You don't have to watch the price every day. You just close your eyes, buy, and forget. All right, next question.
Next question. This is not a question, but it's really important. That crypto preaching Pedro says, "Be careful and never FOMO. You will get burned." What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I like the. I don't like buying up markets. I don't like buying down, shelling down markets because that's FOMO, and you're always gonna get hurt when you jump into markets when it's already happened. The move's already happened. All right, so CS2 just sent us $5. Thank you very much, CS2. Friend, is Bitcoin the new gold? Me? No. The new gold is Bitcoin. Okay. Yes. I think Bitcoin has features better than gold because imagine if you can have a gold coin that I can automatically appear on the other side of the world instantly to somebody so that I can pay them for a product. That would be nice, right? Right now, gold is movement is really difficult. If I were to try to bring in a gold coin here into Chile through the legal and lawful channels, I would have to spend a huge amount of money just on legal fees to to show that, hey, this gold coin, which is what's it called, legal tender, and prove that it's legal tender, in order just to get it here legally and without taxes. So I end up spending more on legal fees than I would spend on taxes, and that's not done. That's not actually. The government did that on purpose, right? And so that the little guy can't get any kind of relief at all. Also, did you know that I found out that 3 years the Bachelet changed the tax code here, and I just found this out yesterday, that if you try to legally pay less taxes, that is illegal here in Chile. I want you to think about that for a second. If you find a way to pay less taxes, that's illegal. Okay, so let me give you an example of how stupid that is. If you come back on a flight from anywhere in the world to Chile, and you buy cigarettes or anything at the duty-free shop, you're evading taxes. So everyone who buys anything should automatically get arrested and charged for evading taxes, illegally avoiding taxes. See how stupid that is? Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable how the government can think this way and pass these stupid ass laws. I mean, it's just ridiculous. This is why, you know what? In America, you are breaking a law that you don't even know just by existing, right? There are so many laws on the books you don't even that you're actually probably breaking one of them right now. No matter what you're doing, right now you're probably just sitting in front of the television watching this show, or in front of a computer watching this. You're probably breaking some sort of law. That's how bad it is, and that's where it seems like Chile's going down the same route with these stupid ass laws, right? Wow, I can't believe that this has happened. I gotta look into this. I just heard of this. Yesterday I was talking to somebody, a Chilean who's here, and he was telling me about it, right? And he couldn't believe it, right? Because he always structures his finances in such a way that he pays the least amount of taxes, and that makes sense. But now it's like if you get caught doing that, it's illegal, even though it's legal, even though there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, what? That's like what? Whatever. Anyways, next question.
Next question. So, well, many people in the chat, a lot of people is saying that this is a bull trap, that we are actually bearish and we're going to get rejected and fall down again.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that because of all the low volume, but at the same time, I think because a lot of people are like skeptical on this bull run. Even I am skeptical. I'm feeling very skeptical about this bull run. I think it's probably legit. I think it is. I think it really is because my gut says it's not legit, right? But the technical analysis says it is because here we're broken out, especially if this candle body closes outside of this trend line. We've broken out for sure, right? Especially we have to get obviously a candle close, right? Body close above here and got to close above 13 EMA. But that if we do both those things, that's super powerful. And if we can get into the 8,200 and close the week above 8,200, oh my God, you gotta take this. You gotta take it and run. You gotta take this move and buy the dips and run with it as much as you can. This is going to move very very fast, right after we close above the 13 EMA and stay outside this trend line here. That's huge. That's huge. Absolutely huge. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's see what happens in the next few days. Next question.
Find everything. Ask if you were to trade into if you were to trade today, what position would you have? Long or short?
Because I'd be scalping, it'd be a long position, right? So, for example, if I wanted to trade today, and I'm not going to be trading today, I'm going to be working on Pandora's wallet. Here we go. We have like a dip down here. I would look for a way to get in on this downward action on the 15 minute. I'd go down to the 5 minute, see what we've got. Oops, I forgot to switch screens. Sorry about that. Alrighty, so the 5 minutes touching the 200 period moving average. Right, it's almost oversold to overextended point. I'd look for a fork down here and some sort, or like a what's it called, an empire. And if there's an empire, I'd take that going along because there's lots of opportunity to go long here, right about here, and that's what I look for. Some sort of candle pattern to get me long here, yeah. There's so far I'd be like sitting right here as a scalp trader looking for some sort of candle pattern to get me long, and then I'd take the long over the short because as you can see on the 4 hour, right, we're above the 13 EMA. That means we're looking for longs more than the shorts. I would be a little cautious with set my stops a little tight because we're a little bit above the 13, a little bit higher above the 13 EMA. I would have preferred to be right here taking along than right up here taking along, but that's where the market is, and that's where we are, and that's what I'd have to do in order to make a scalp trade, right? If I were doing scalp trading, I am not. I am just working on Pandora's wallet, really. All right. Next question.
Next question. So, Team Sam eBay says, Davinci, please. You said that Ethereum is centralized. Could you please offer some more insights into it? Many people is saying that it's decentralized. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. So one of the things I saw about Ethereum when it first came out was, okay, well, wait a second here. There's no UTXOs, and what that is a fancy word to say that unspent transactions outputs, right? And so basically, the way Bitcoin works is that when you spend the cryptocurrencies, you actually spend everything that you have in a specific amount that was sent to you. So, like, if, for example, if I send you 10 Bitcoins all at once, right? That amount of 10 Bitcoins is a grouping of 10 Bitcoins all together at one, together. It's all together. I'm not going to go into more details than that, but let's just say you get that grouping of 10 Bitcoins, and now you only want to spend one. What happens is you spend one to that person that you want to send it to, and then 9 gets sent back to you as an unspent output to you as change. back to you, right? And this creates what this creates is a longer chain of information that's difficult to change and complex to change. And so it makes it very, very, very difficult to change this information. Um, and so that gets placed into a block and so forth, and it makes it harder to go back and make that change. Well, the way Ethereum works is just they just minus from your account and add to your account, and that's not difficult to change. I could just we just have to like go back and say, hey, well, we didn't minus from your account, and that would be that, and we that was proven with the DAO debacle, right? When they the DAO had been ripped off of $100 million in cryptocurrencies. They rolled back the blockchain very, very fast, even with proof of work, right. So that means they really don't need proof of work. It's just a waste, because there's it's not locking in the transactions. So they might as well just go to proof of stake anyways, because they can already go and roll back the transactions instantly. Yeah, so that means they're centralized, because if one person can go and say, hey, you know what, we're going to roll this thing back, we're going to do this, also we're going to make this breaking change right away, and everybody's got to upgrade. I mean, this is pretty much centralized, right? And then they're going to do with the way they're going to do proof of stake is just going to be like a set of specific nodes, right? So effectively centralizing even more with a set of specific nodes. So then effectively it's centralized, and that's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this centralized system. Just that eventually it will get corrupted. That's all you have to need to know. Right now, it works fine. It's not corrupt, but eventually it will be, and you have to accept that. As long as it's centralized by men and controlled by men, it will get corrupted. They're going to do what is best, what's expedient, and people are going to make sure that they do things in such a way and organize in such a way that Vitalik or whoever's in control of Ethereum will do things that are not best for the majority, but just best for the minority, to have the major stake in the project, and that's how it's going to be. And you see it. We've seen this over and over again in our current financial system with long-term capital management, right? Setting up basically, you know what? I could do the exact same thing that long-term capital management. Build the same structure on top of Ethereum, and watch it blow up, and then they all have to bail us out. They have to bail me out. They have to bail everybody out. I mean, that's the way. If it's centralized, that's the way it's going to be. And so we're going to have to learn the lessons that, hey, you know what, if we want this kind of system, a smart contract, it has to be decentralized. Smart contract, it has to be completely decentralized, so that no one can cheat the system and say, okay, well, wait a minute, we need some sort of bailout of this contract. This contract does not work. No. You know what? The contract works or all the time, or it's also going to break, and then once it breaks and you lose money on the next contract, that's it. There's no rollbacks. There is no do-overs. You're done. So you have to be smart to see, hey, wait a second, this contract's not going to work in the long term. It might work for now, but hey, you know what? The long term is going to get broken. And that is a fair way of dealing with smart contracts, right? So this way we can actually build real smart contracts that will never get broken. And so as long as there's a sense that, hey, someone could bail me out, right? There's always going to be less focus on programming a smart contract in the best way possible that's going to last forever, practically. And so until that happens, right, I would consider Ethereum a little bit of a fun playground, but a dangerous playground in the long term. Short term, it's great. Long term, it's not going to last, and we're going to have to come up with something better. But we're going to learn a lot from the Ethereum project because we're going to have developers. We're going to make the mistakes. We're going to see what the mistakes are and build from there. All right, next question.
Next question. This is from Harun and ask, I'm really interested to understand the concept behind Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Could you tell me what is the best source to understand Bitcoin and crypto, please?
The best source for understanding Bitcoin and crypto, I think there's lots of books out there. I think the Bitcoin Standard is, I think, the best book you should read. The reason why is because 70% of the book is not about Bitcoin. It's about money. And I think it's very important to understand how money works, how it came to be, what its function, what works as best money, what works doesn't work as good money, and why it doesn't work, and all that kind of stuff, so that you can truly understand why Bitcoin is the future. Once you understand the basis of money, you'll be like you will panic buy after reading complete the book from cover to cover. You will absolutely panic buy. That's exactly how I felt once I finished that book. I felt like I wanted to panic buy Bitcoin. So because it clarified everything that you understand about money, and I mean I saw things that I didn't even know, which was the stock to flow ratio, and yeah, it blew my mind. It was a well written book. Definitely, you should pick that book up and read it because it will define Bitcoin for you completely. All right, next question.
Crypto 6 Foot ask, what do you think about Johnny Mac saying that BTC is worthless?
Johnny Mac is
I don't know if he's McAfee,
I
but
don't know. I don't know who Johnny Mac is, but if he thinks it's worthless, then hey, you know what? I got an idea for him. Why don't you just give me all the Bitcoin you can possibly worthless Bitcoin you could possibly make, right? And I will pay you for it. I'll pay you $100 for each Bitcoin, worthless Bitcoins you can make. All right, why don't you do that, right, Johnny Mac? Because they're worthless. So that means you can make them without any effort. So please do. All right, let's leave it at that. What's the next question?
okay. TD ask Davinci, market will be bearish because of Chinese New Year. Seems like in Chinese New Year, like market goes crazy. What do you think about that?
Yeah, the Chinese New Year's I don't think it has much to do with the price action. Maybe it does, and I just don't know. But I doubt it. I really think that seasonally, right? Basically, when it comes to stocks, right? You buy when it snows and sell when it goes, and so the same principle is applied to crypto assets. So it wouldn't be surprising if we see some sort of buying up of all the crypto assets in the next few months. So yeah, so this would be a time to purchase all other crypto assets if you see them at a discount, and you should pick some up. Basically, well, not a whole lot, right? Not more than like a 0.5%, 1%, or something like that of your whole portfolio, but something small so that you don't get hurt, right? Because you don't know which one's going to go to the moon and which one's going to go to zero. So if you spend like $10 an altcoin, yeah, that's fine, right? It's like a lottery ticket. Who cares? Just let it go. Don't make sure that you don't put more than you're willing to lose in any kind of asset, and you won't get hurt. All right, next question.
Next question. This is from Eddie Timan and ask, everyone expects BTC price to reject at 8.1k level. I expect a small drop at that level, and just when everyone thinks they got the short, we go higher. Thoughts?
Well, I mean, anything can happen. I mean, this is your perspectives, and you could be absolutely right. I don't have all the information that you have. You have different information than I do, and so you could what you're seeing that could happen. It could happen, and I'm not going to dispute it. But I have a different perspective and different sets of information, different history of information. So I think that I really think that the Bitcoin, if it gets up to the 8,200 level, it probably going to go a lot higher from there. So yeah, that's my perspective, and let's see who is right. And you could be right on that. I might be wrong on that. I might be wrong on my perspective. Let's see. All right, one final question, and then we're gonna call it a day.
One final question. All right. Um. Okay, you want it on topic or kind of off topic?
You choose, Inti. You're the one looking at the questions.
Okay, HR always asks the same question, so I think it's time to answer it.
Okay, what's that? HR.
Is he asks, can Elipal wallet randomized seeds be trusted?
Oh, how does a randomized seed is okay? So, the seed randomizer in these wallets, what you're asking is they are they safe to be trusted, and that question, I can't really say for sure. Most wallets do use a randomizer where they basically either take some sort of like heat sensing information across a metal plate or something like that. They do all kinds of crazy things in order to make the numbers truly random. They do truly have true entropy. And I wouldn't be surprised because take a look that they would have something like that in Elipal, because take a look at how big and well put together this particular wallet is. I feel that this randomizer is way trustworthier than the randomizer probably found in this little tiny little thing right here. I mean, I'm like, where would you put the randomizer, and where would it get the information to create real entropy in this thing, right? I mean, it's possible, I guess, but it's just that I question it, right? And I'd like to know exactly. I'd like to know the science and the equipment that goes involved into the randomizer in here, and that's not readily available. So I guess I could ask around, but I'm going to trust that they do have a randomizer that works on each one of these products, because you know what the reason why we can trust that is that I read a lot about what's going on in the markets, and they love to hit each other over the head. Basically, this version of Elipal, the previous version, that it was like so horrible. It was so had so many different flaws and leaks and stuff like that they came up with this version, which was completely sealed, completely you can't do anything, and they solved all the different problems that they had. That what's it called? Ledger, which Ledger loves to like insult their competition. And so I feel that these guys would like to insult each other, and if they didn't have the proper randomizer, right? I'm sure somebody would have said something and said, "Hey, this guy doesn't have a randomizer that does true entropy," and I could show you how we could figure out what the what's it called, the key is. And I mean, they just love to do that. So I don't think you have to worry about it with the great when we have competition, right? You don't have to worry about things like that. They will expose the different problems in all the different keys. So, for example, you heard about Keep Key, right? Within 15 minutes, if you give me the device, I looked at the hack for Keep Key. You could give me the device, your Keep Key device, and within 15 minutes, I'll have your seed and all your money out of your Keep Key. So that's an example, right? Where if these are not safe, right? Other people are going to find out and broadcast it to the world. So you just got to keep your ears out and listen for when that happens. And that's what I do. And Yeah, I will let you guys know when that happens. And I think that Elipal is pretty safe right now. Can it change in the future? Yes, it can. But for right now, everything I know about Elipal, it's pretty safe. Uh, Keep key is not. Is an example that that's not now. Doesn't mean you should not use your keep key if you do have one. You just need to know that you can't let people have access to it. So you got to keep it in a safe, just like you keep prevent. If you have any cryptocurrencies on a computer, you should not let people have easy access to your computer, because that's a serious issue right there. So yeah, what I would suggest, if you're going to use a computer to access cryptocurrencies, you should definitely use a virtual machine to access those cryptocurrencies, and boot up the virtual machine, access the cryptocurrencies in the VM, and then shut it down. And it makes it that much difficult for somebody to find, because they're not thinking to use a virtual machine. And if you have multiple virtual machines, right, one for gaming and stuff like that, you could just call it gaming, this, that, and stuff. Create a bunch of them, right, to obfuscate your where your crypto is, right? So you could have like a virtual machine that's Ubuntu, you could have a virtual machine that's Windows, and have all kinds of different machines. Just call them test machines or Windows 7 machines and stuff like that, so that it makes it difficult for somebody who comes in and looks at your computer and to find where your assets are. If you have like a computer that's shared. So yeah, that's my suggestion. When it comes to, I went off the topic there, but I think it's important to talk about protecting your crypto assets. So I might as well discuss how you would protect your crypto assets in what's it called, on different systems, right? And so what I do, because I'm like high end advanced, I use ESX server, right? So I have to like I actually there is no, like, you can't like plug in the computer and go in and enter in the screen, because you get nothing. It's just text, right, on an ESX server. You have to remote in to all the virtual machines on the ESXi server. So that makes it that much more difficult for somebody to access my crypto that I have stored on a Windows or Ubuntu machine or whatever. So yeah, well, with that said, I think this stream has gone on for like, wow, 47 minutes. Wow, how time flies. I wanted to do this for 10 minutes, and look, 47 minutes has passed. That's incredible. Anyways, thank you for watching. We have to thank Inti for helping us with the questions. Thank you, Inti.
It's my job.
Yeah, and yeah, so just a few other things. We still haven't heard from the guy who won the tickets for Acapulco. Yeah, so if you want to join us in Acapulco, I'm going to be there. If you also want to get some free tickets, you can always purchase a Pandora's Wallet subscription, and we're gonna be giving it away inside of my private Pandora's Wallet Telegram group. If you're part of that group, you will have access to win 2 free tickets to Anarchapulco. So yeah, if you're interested in that, join the Pandora's Wallet group. I shall be giving that away next week, Monday, probably sometime on Monday, to one of those lucky participants in the Pandora's Wallet group. So if you're interested in Pandora's Wallet, link in the description below, and also videos popping up right about here about how to use Pandora's Wallet. So thank you very much, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers. See you when I see ya.
Bye.